welcome back. It's Nicola from Harmony Dawn Retreat Center, and it's August and it's about 40 degrees outside, no joke. And so what do you do in August in Ontario when there's an abundance of this from my neighbor and these from my garden, tomatoes? Like, this is just a small part of it. You make corn chowder. That's what you do. When you're making your own stock, it doesn't have to be fancy or everything cut the same size, anything like that. Everything will get strained out in the end. So as you can see, it looks good already. They're corn cobs and onion we've just quartered. We've got some carrots, celery, some peppercorns, parsley from the garden. So we're just gonna put this on the stove and get her going. We're going to start chopping our aromatics, which are onion, celery, and garlic. So I'm going to get these going first so we can start off, and we're just going to put them in the pot with a little bit of olive oil, and we'll start frying them up. Now I'm going to let these vegetables sweat out a little, which means just cooking a little bit longer until they soften, just slightly, ever so slightly, and then I'll add the carrots. I'm going to chop the rest of the vegetables, which is a little bit of red potato, the red pepper. Now if you have the time, roasting them and putting them in takes it to a whole other sphere. Okay, and now for the tomatoes. These are plum tomatoes that I've grown in the garden, and also just little round tomatoes. You could definitely take the skin off if you had time. If you chose to do that, what you would do is put a little X in the bottom of the tomato. You wouldn't take off the top. You'd bring a little pot of water to boil. You'd put the tomato in the boiling water for about a couple of minutes. Take it out, and the skin will just peel right off. Same technique, you can use that for peaches. I'm gonna put these in a bowl, and even as you're putting them in a bowl, if you didn't have time to take the seeds out, which I'm not going to, they'll just fall out for the most part, as you pick them up and put them in the bowl, which is super cool. Everybody has their own way of doing this, and you can do it over a bowl, but because I have such a big counter, take the flat end, flattest part, and down you go. We're going to add our potatoes and bay leaf, our red peppers, our tomatoes, a little bit of salt there, and our chilies. Yum! Go crazy if you want. We're going to stir that up. Here's our stock still bubbling away. We're going to remove it from the stove, and we'll filter it out. We're just going to use a bowl with a colander, and I'm going to pour it into the bowl. I mean, it's better to probably do this over a sink, but I just wanted to show you what. Oh, that smells good. Oh, geez. Anyways, so this is the color of the stock. Look at that, it's perfect. It would help if I turned it back on. And how we pull all the flavors together. Well, first of all, we taste it. It tastes really good. A little bit of a kick with the chili peppers. But what I'm going to do is I want to add a little bit of basil just a little bit of dried basil, which has a ton of flavor. Just stir that in. See how chunky it is? Where they have a nice bit of crunch to it. We're going to pull the soup together with an acid, which is in this case lime, which will give it that nice bit of a twist. So we'll let that simmer for about 20 minutes. We're going to do that. We're going to add a little bit of fresh parsley. That's all I've got left from my garden. And I'm going to add the soy milk. Just a little bit like that. Doesn't need a lot. It just kind of gives it that, see, that chowdery look. It's so thick, it's almost like a stew, which is perfect on a simmering hot day. Okay, our soup is done. And I'm just going to pour myself out a bowl and have it for lunch. And that didn't take very long. So let's give it a taste, shall we? So here we are with our soup. A little bit hot. It's so good. The freshness of the tomatoes from my garden, which are 100 feet away. The corn, the fresh corn, the lime, that just brings it up. It's got a bit of heat from it, not just from the temperature, but from the chili peppers. It's fabulous. A real summer dish, kind of, because it's super hot.